Hi Book Dragons! So we are going to restart our vlog. We're doing week 2 of Paws and Bookshelves with Leandra. So I am leaving myself off at a debut book. So I think what I have decided for this is I am going to read a book with Breed with Love that is my debut. This is a Shelley Page. It's a sapphic, cozy fantasy romance for YA. It comes out in January and I really wanted to read this book. So I'm going to put this as my debut book. Now, I'm currently in the middle of reading a other book. So I'm going to roll to see where we are and to see if it will work for anything. But I don't know. So I'm gonna roll again and then just kind of see like if the book I'm counting for is gonna count for anything or if I'm just gonna kind of count it as something else. But I do want to roll and I do want to like have that plan because the only reason I'm gonna finish this board game. And again, there are a lot of like cautious things in this shelf game. So I saw Leandra play and she had a lot of issues, so I'm hoping I have better luck than Leandra in her own game, or when she did it. But yeah, so we're starting at less than 300 pages because that's the prompt that I finished because I haven't finished debut book yet, so that's where I'm going to roll from. Oh, 1. Okay. So, oh my god, we have to read a book that's over 400 pages. Alright, you know what I think I'm going to do? 1 would just be a debut book. So, if I do it that way. So, I guess I have a debut book anyway. So, I'm going to roll again after I get past debut. And just to see where we wind up. 2. Okay, so TBR backlist. So, that actually works out well. So, that means I can read my needed book. Attach a photo here. Caught Red-Handed by Ellie Alexander. I will attach a photo here. And I have my next update for Brood with Love by Shelley Page. Actually, I don't think I gave you an update on this last night. By the time I got pretty far into it, I was like tired and I did not want to do you have a Cassie update. Hi. So I am up to page 118 in this book, Brood with Love by Shelley Page. This is another book for my ARC Takedown blog. I was also thinking about how to do my ARC Takedown vlogs. I really hadn't come up with a plan, but I was watching another creator and I think I came up with a plan how to do my ARC Takedown vlogs to specifically kind of attack them. Cassie, stop. Sorry, I don't know what she wants. What do you want? What? But I did want to give a bit of a Cass. Sorry, I don't know what she wants, but she's biting my wrist, which means she wants something. Yeah, I know, it's okay. It's okay. Ow, that's how she hurt my foot last time too. Okay, so I did want to do a little bit of an update on this. But this is a cozy romantasy, I will say that. Sapphic, LGBTQ+. This is also from the Joy Revolution, which is from the Yoons. And I'm having a really, really fun time with this. This is like giving me cozy mystery vibes as well, with definitely like a fantasy element to it. So basically, it's a second chance romance. Sorry, she's not going to let me do this properly, but I want to give you an update. But this is also like Cass, I love you. Stop fighting. Here, I'm going to hold her and see if that helps. But it's also a second chance romance. I would say this was more as like light fantasy. It definitely gives me cozy vibes. I will say that. And you have a very, very strong sapphic romance. But basically you have these two characters that are kind of forced to work together. She is a witch and she runs a shop with her grandmother. And her ex, who she had a pretty bad breakup with. They were friends, but then they were like more. And then they kind of just like ghosted her. She kind of like left town, didn't really talk to her. And now she's back and the girl convinces, what's her name? Sage's grandmother to hire her for the shop. And she gets hired in the shop. And the day that happens, she's working on a cure for heartbreak, basically. And she kind of is doing it because she's heartbroken over this love of her life. And you're never supposed to mix things wrong and you're never supposed to leave them out. Because if someone takes your potions, it could cause like bad effects. So that potion that she was making was basically stolen. And after that, one of the councilman daughters was basically found with no memory due to someone taking this potion. And they don't know what's happening. So these two girls are kind of forced to team up. They don't like each other anymore. And Sage is very, very bitter about what is happening. So I'm having a really, really fun time with it. And also I like that, like, you are getting also, like, recipes through this apothecary business. But then you're also getting, like, found documents of, like, the time frame and kind of to see how this is being uncovered. But I'm having, like, a really, really fun time with it. And it is a really, really quick read. So, yeah, my goal is to kind of have Patreon sprints with Brittany. And then I also have Millennium, I think it's Millennium, a hangout that I always go to. So, yeah, my goal is to get up to page 150 tonight and kind of make my way through that. But, yeah, I'm having a fun time with it. So, it's definitely going... You know, it's definitely going well, and I really was in my cozy fantasy era last year, so I want to be in my cozy fantasy era forever because I really do like that type of genre. So I am going to go read this, maybe catch Brittany on sprints, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi, Fic Dragons. I am back. So I do have a couple of updates. So I'm going to talk about my physical book first, and I did wind up finishing Brewed with Love by Shelley Page. I'm going to give this book 3.75 stars. I'm going to round up to 4 on Goodreads because I did think it was a fun read, but this is again a situation where I think I probably should have listened to it, just because I do say that this is a cozy romance, but it's definitely more like a cozy mystery. The whole book feels like I'm solving a mystery. It's definitely not a murder, so it's not like but it does have some like theft elements. The world building is very, very light, and I almost would have wanted them to dive into the world building a little bit more. Felt more like a paranormal read rather than like a fantasy read. Definitely has a contemporary setting. Definitely has very, very contemporary issues. But I had a fun time with it. I just think that because I normally listen to my my mysteries, I think the story felt a little bit flat to me. But if you were looking for kind of a cozy romantasy that has kind of a mystery plot line, I think that this was fun. I think it was paced a bit odd as well, so I don't think I was as captured as much as I could have been. So I gave it 3.75, but I liked the rep, and I thought the town was fun, and maybe I would check out more books in this little side series. There was some twists that I didn't see coming, so that's why it is upper, like, I didn't see some of the plot twists coming, so I had a fun time with it, and I gave it 3.75 stars or 4 stars for review. And then I finished Caught Red-Handed by Ellie Alexander. I will attach a photo here. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to like decide like what we're doing. So from the pages I got one, but that is a prompt I'm already doing. So I decided to just go ahead to TBR backlist. So Caught Red-Handed is a book I'm in the middle of right now. I'm on chapter 12. So this is the companion book to On the Icing. It's both set in this little bake shop. This book is set in the small town, and the book started off with a restaurant coming in that's kind of upsetting the status quo. And after they have a pretty heated fight, there is an argument at the town meeting, and then the local business owner is found dead the night before, and they're kind of trying to investigate that. So I'm 12 chapters into that, and I'm going to go start Brewed with Love, and I want to see how long it takes me to get through this thing. If I finish TBR backlist, I'm going to make a decision. Do I want to roll or do I want to go up? But if I go up, then I have to still get the puppies. So, like, I would have to read a hype book that's a gender blonde either way. So, I may wait to do the latter. We'll see, because I still have to catch the puppies, and that's really the goal. I want to catch the puppies. So yeah, I will come back when I have got up to 60 pages into Brewed with Love, and I'll give you guys my thoughts, but this one's I was really excited for, so I'll be back soon. Bye. Hi, Fic Dragons. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to chapter 13 in my book, Caught Red-Handed by Ellie Alexander. Sorry, you hear my puppy in the background. So this is another cozy mystery. It is the series that I'm in the middle of reading. I'm trying to get better at reading series, and this one's a fun one. I am really liking it. I didn't really get a ton of listening done today. Monday's always my busiest day because I have fewer periods off. Like, as a teacher in my building, you normally get 3 periods off, but I only had 2 periods off, and my periods off became other tasks, which I wasn't really expecting. But this one is a cozy mystery. I have about 3 hours left of it. I don't want to say too much. There's a murder they're trying to solve, and it takes place in like a bake shop. And it's fun. It's very, very atmospheric. It's very, very winterish, which is good. So I am about like, probably like 50% into it if I had to guess, if I was lip reading, but I'm listening to it. And yeah, so that is my update for that. If tomorrow goes well, I could probably make some more progress on it. Tomorrow's also they have a few periods off to get stuff done. So I will talk to you when I have another update, but I don't have a lot to say because it is so far into a series. They're all companion. I do have a fun time with them, but they're not anything to write home about. I do just want to say that the Brewed with Love book was a debut, and the less than 300 pages book is for Caught Red-Handed. I really haven't made that much progress on this board, to be very, very honest. But, so that is the picture you just saw, Caught Red-Handed. And this is just a fun cozy. It's set in January, so I think is the perfect time to read it. This book is back in the town that they're set in, and there was a murder about a business trying to move into town. It was fun. They're really, really quick. I am fully caught up on the Joanne Fuqua series, the her Hannah Swanson series. This series I feel is a little bit more modern and just written a little bit more modernish, so I am liking it a lot more. But I gave this book 3.7 or 3.5 stars for review. It is quite a long series, but when I need like a quick book, I think that this will be perfect. So yeah, let's roll. And I am probably not going to do ladders until like the very, very end because all the ladders are before puppies and I want to catch all the puppies. So yeah, we're going to roll. And I'm going to see what the prompt is. I need to roll for 2 books, an audiobook and a physical book. So let's see. This one's hopefully going to be for the physical book first. Ooh, we got a big number. We got a 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I need to read a book that has a blue cover, which should not be hard because blue is my favorite color. All right, let me go see if anything I have has a blue. You know what? Let me do the other roll because then I can kind of decide like what is going to be my physical book. Okay. Okay. And the next book we're definitely gonna have to pick up a puppy because the next puppy is available. So let me roll. Oh, ooh, a 2. Okay, so a recent buy or borrow that is a genre blend. Okay, so I have to find a blue book. A recent buy of, okay, find a blue book. You know what? Okay. I think okay. I definitely have got my audiobook, I think. That is a genre blend, so I think I'm gonna go get that. Because it's another book in the series I'm in the middle of. But I'm just saying it because it's perfect. I recently borrowed it and it is a cozy mystery, so I'm gonna go get that for you. So for the recent borrow or buy that is a genre blend, so I could pick up my little Pipple puppy, I am gonna read Fudge and Jory, a Lake Shot mystery. And yeah, this book looks delightful. It has a purple cover as well, so I'm gonna pick that up for that book. And again, I am making my way through this series and I sort of love it, and it's sort of becoming a quick listen for me. So yeah, and this is, oh, it doesn't tell me. I think it's like a 6-hour audiobook, so I should be able to finish it before the end of the week. And this one is all about a fudge festival in town. So now I have to find a currently reading that has a blue cover. Okay, that is not that hard. So let me go. Ooh. All right, let me go see. I have options. Let me go see what I'm gonna pick up. Okay, so I have to read a book that has a blue cover, but my dad really wants to choose an option for me, so I'm going to give him the option. So I have a couple of books that I could read. One is For the Wolf by Hannah Whitten, which I think is perfect for this season, and it was also a book that came out of my late decision advent calendar. So I am going to give this as an option to my dad. I also have The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties by Jessie Cusitanto, which is a cozy mystery. Really, really quick, and I may just finish off this series. And also a book that has been on so many self-destruct TBRs this year, The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. So that is where we are. We did make some progress. So I'm going to let my dad choose for this, but we did make some progress. So yeah, my goal is for this weekend is to do my last 2 rolls for this part of the board and then take the top part of the board and do that for booktuber favorites, because I really do want to keep doing it, but eventually I do want to move on, and the prompts above it I think can probably work for anything for booktuber favorites. So yeah, all right, so I'm gonna go decide one of these, and if I don't pick to like tell you tonight, I'll tell you guys tomorrow when I get home from work what I have chosen. The audiobook will definitely stay. So I don't think my dad is going to choose The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties, but it does have a blue cover. I think if I had to tell you what my dad's going to choose, I think he's going to choose The Last Magician, which, again, has been a very, you know, I'm trying to read my big books. I'm trying to get over it. I'm trying to realize, you have a lot of things. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to probably finish Fudge and Jury first. So I'm probably going to come back when I need an audiobook and just go from recent buy and borrow. And I'm just kind of looking ahead. So my next book needs to probably also be a hype book and also have DOG in the title. So we will figure that out as we get there. So yeah, I will talk to you when my dad has made a decision. Hi, McDragon. So I really, really lied to you. So I will say I am still doing the bingo board, but nothing I told you wound up happening. So my book for a recent buy or borrow, that is a genre blend. I'm going to read All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles. I will attach a photo here. This is her first official book from Sourcebooks Casablanca. It was originally pitched as a book in the Tattered and Torn series, but I think it's going to be a new series because none of these characters seem at all vaguely familiar to me. But I'm having a fun time with it. I'm like 25% into it. And it basically follows this character whose younger sister was taken and they never found her. And she's been kind of spending her life kind of solving cold cases through her podcast. And she kind of goes to this small town where one of the victims wasn't killed. She was found. And she's kind of going to work with the sheriff there who does not like her, does not want her there to kind of figure out what happens. And she thinks it may be connected to her sister. But I'm having a really, really fun time with that book. Like, it's a quick book. This week, the end of the week was a bit crazy and a bit chaotic, so I didn't read as much. But that is where we are. So I had given you a couple of stacks of books that my dad was going to help me choose. And none of them really hit. The book he chose me, my book I picked out of my advent calendar for The Wolf, I Want Up DNFing. So, and I sometimes struggle with reading books for so long. Like, it just does not work for me. I like to read stuff quickly. Not quickly, but like be paced and get through the first 100 pages in like a day so I feel like connected. So I'm going to do my try a chapter tag with these 3 books. I'm going to count these all as blue, and if they're not, we're going to deal with it. Otherworldly by F.T. Lukens looks like it has like a wintry cover. It looks like it's blue to me. This is what I'm going to read. I'm also going to read a couple of letters. A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvia Cottrell. And the book I should probably read is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. So these are the books I'm going to try for this. I don't really have to do anything tonight. Like, I normally film, but I'm actually ahead on filming, which is rare in my life. But what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go do my Instagram photos tonight, so I don't have to worry about that tomorrow morning when I get up. And just kind of set all that stuff up. And then I think I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read a chapter of each of these books and figure out what I want to read. But yeah, so they're all on the docket to get read, at least a chapter. And then I'm going to kind of decide. I don't really have any plans for this weekend, so I'm just going to kind of take you along. My goal is by Sunday night is to have reading my booktuber favorites. That is the plan. So I'm going to kind of change this up a bit and do a booktube favorites for the end of Paws and Bookshelves. But yeah, that is the plan. So I'm gonna go do my editing, make sure everything's all set, and then I'm gonna come back when I have chosen a book that I think will work. It's supposed to snow this weekend, so one of these books will have to keep me warm in this frigid temperatures. So I will be back when I am ready to tell you what book I have chosen. Hey Book Dragons, I am back. It is Sunday. So late last night and early today on Saturday, I did wind up getting up to about page 100 in Otherworldly. That is the book that I chose. The reason I chose this is it does have a wintry setting, and I did not read this book last year. This is one of my ARC takedown books that I got last year from Y'all Fest or Comic-Con. I can't remember which one I got this one from. But I have liked all their other books, and this book is a queer retelling. So basically you follow a character that they're stuck in perpetual winter and never gets nice weather, which is obviously a nod to climate change, honestly. But you have a main character who is a non-believer. She kind of goes to the society where or this like location where she's kind of working with her cousin. She's working in this restaurant, and then you have a Knox, who is a familiar from another world, and he has been working with this magic user for several years, but something happens that kind of has him running, and she's kind of trying to keep something hostage and trying not to go back to his home world, and they kind of team up, and they're very, very opposites. Knock is very, very cinnamon roll. Ellery is very, very, very not, and I'm having a fun time with it. It does have a very, very wintry setting. It's also not that long. It's like, my arc anyway is like 341 pages, so I'm going to try to make some progress. It's also a super quick read, so my goal is to read about 50 more pages and then come back and give you guys an update. Right now it is 9:25, so I'm going to go start this. I'm also on sprints with Brittany from Brittany Loves Reading and Brittany from Brittany Blue Reads, and I'm also trying to watch season 2 of Bridgerton today. So yeah. But I like both characters. It's very, very reverse Grump Sunshine, which I'm having a fun time with. And yeah, I will give you guys an update when I read about 50 more pages. But again, this is definitely a cozy that has a plot, which is definitely what I prefer. There is representation here. Ellery uses they, them pronouns, and I'm just having a fun time with it. So yeah, we also do have enough characters, so I don't feel like it's a short story. Like I feel like we actually gotta get side characters with Ellery's cousin and her friend. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll give you guys an update when I read about 50 more pages. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I am back. I did wind up switching to the audio for Otherworldly, and I don't know, this book is just not hitting as much as I was hoping. I have really liked her other books. Like this book is just not hitting, and I think it's just the characters. I read Brood with Love in an earlier vlog, and I feel like these two stories are very, very similar. It's very like, that was very like contemporary, and this is very, very contemporary. So if you're more a contemporary led reader that likes some magical elements, I would say this is a good book. But again, like I say that I read very, very weirdly. Like this I think works better as an audiobook, but not as a physical read. And I do like the reverse Grump Sunshine. I think the world is interesting. I just don't feel anything for the characters, like at all. So it's just a little bit hard for me to rate and review. But I have an hour left in the audiobook. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go power through and read the end of this, and then give you guys a time check, because right now it is it's like exactly 12. So I think I'm just going to see how long it takes me to finish it. I'm not hating it. I just have liked their other books, and really in those books I felt so connected to the characters. The world was so different. This is a very, very like wintry setting, so if you are looking for books for various challenges, like this is going to go into my Brie challenge for her 25 and 25, because it is a wintry environment because they're kind of stacked in this perpetual winter. But I'm just not feeling the characters. I think the representation is great, like they, them pronouns, and it's just the story is not capturing me. That and the characters as well. So that is where we are. I'm going to go read the last little bit of this. Yeah, the last like, I don't know, like 100-ish pages, and then I'll give you guys one more update. But it's just not hitting as well. It was also on one of my reading lists, so I'm happy that I actually got around to it. But it's probably only going to be like a 3.5 star read. I do like the wrap, but I will give you guys my thoughts at the end. Bye. Hey Book Dragon, so I'm actually here to wrap up this vlog. Now I know you're thinking you're in the middle of 2 books, how are you going to do that? I have a thought. So I did wind up finishing Otherworldly by F.T. Lukens. I'm going to give this book 3 stars, 3.5, I would say 3.25. I did like it, I just don't think this book had enough spark for either the characters or the plot to really keep me motivated and keep me reading. I think it was, I love the rep in this, but none of the story was felt that compelling. And I think it just didn't hit. I think sort of like when I said in my previous Paws and Bookshelves vlog, I feel like that would Bruise with Love. I think that this read more of as a contemporary set with some fantasy elements, but it did not hit enough. So, gave this book 3.25 stars. I am still in the middle of reading All the Missing Pieces by Catherine Cowles, but that is technically a part of Booktuber Favorite, so I'm going to read it in my next section of this vlog. So you're going to see it there, and I'm going to like go over the whole spiel, like how I feel about that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you for my next one where we read some Booktuber favorites based on Paws and Bookshelves. So yeah, I'll see you guys in that vlog. I'm going to go start that now, and I will talk to you guys soon. Let me know what was your favorite book of the week. I would love to know. Bye.